This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it, so the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there. When was this with?
This was the day after I posted about it because I waited for them to email me back. I didn't want to just put it up online.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to see like the lyrical representation of glazing, when people say glazing, like, I don't know what they mean. What do they mean by glazing? Go read this article by Brandon Tatum about how Candace Owens responded to the game, putting her name in a rap song is epic glazing of the highest order. I am going to read this last sentence though, because I think it goes to tell you exactly what happened. The game tried to make a statement with a dramatic track title. Instead, he ended up proving the strength of her influence. Candace stays winning because the truth stands with her. And when you stand on truth, it does not matter who takes a shot at you. You rise again. She is not just surviving the attention, she is shaping it.
Jason, he literally told me that she's deceived. And even that I disagreed with. So what is it? What is this two-timing, two-faced? I don't get it.
I agree with you 100%. And hence why I even told him that I disagreed with his commentary. Like, if you open this up, like I literally said, and not a lot of people are in agreement with him. But anyway, I did comment back to him and said, yo, this is a bad look. This is horrible. So, all right. So you guys have this good conversation. Everything's sunshine and rainbows. You get off the call. You tell your husband, like, man, everything's great. The next day you get this message, you know, it's not me, it's you. Please take it down. What did you think about that?
I thought he went woke on me. I understand that not everyone likes my dad. That's fine. I don't agree with everything. I love my father, but I don't agree with everything he says. But conservatives don't, first of all, we don't censor people based on their last name, based on their background. We just don't do that. He totally went woke on me, but I'm telling you, Jason, there's something so weird here because I don't even think he knew my father existed. I'm serious.
Right.
I couldn't really find anything. So I don't think it was him. I really do think it was Candace. Candace has repeatedly blasted me and my father, specifically me, on her ex a few times, on her YouTube channel back when she worked at the Daily Wire. Mm-hmm. And it was all because I was saying that what she was doing with Kanye West was wrong. When Kanye West said that Jews milk Black people until they die, the correct response to that is that's a horrific, terrible thing to say. You don't say that. You don't say that. You don't say that about any people. It's a libelous, evil thing to say. And instead of saying that, she got onto the Daily Wire and started like tearing up and crying and saying, Kanye West is a free man. So I called her out on that. And then she blasted me on her channel. Mm-hmm. And I do think that Brandon, I don't know if it's opportunism, like, you change your tune based on where the crowd is going, because that's not what a leader does. It might be that, but you cannot be a leader if you do that. So is he going back to Candace now, kind of like straddling both sides because he thinks the wind is going her way? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not sure.
I don't know, because I've considering, even as what you said a moment ago, that, you don't know if Turning Point is going to be able to survive and such of that nature. I totally understand why one would say that. Okay. I totally understand that. Does Brandon not see that? Does Brandon not see that he, as a member, as somebody who allegedly has been giving money to Erica Kurt from the sale of his merchandise in support of Turning Point, do you not see that the friend that you are glazing for, the friend that you're caping for, is trying to tear down the same woman that you're supporting financially? Mm-hmm. Do you not see that, Brandon? So I'm only wondering, I think he's conflicted, and there's some theological conflictions that I think lend Brandon to landing where he is. There's a part of the problem in his theology, hence why he's not as grounded as people kind of think he is. And a lot of people have left even from him because of other things that he's done and said. But my point is, he comes across as very strong in such a nature. But after further examination, you realize, bro, you are not as grounded as you want to sound. Because in this situation, you should be able to call balls and strikes. You should be able to call exactly right down the middle. Tucker, Nick, and Candace are wrong. and not Tucker and Nick are terrible. Candace over here, we got to give kid gloves and concession to when she's the ringleader of the foolishness that we see over here. So that would be my only admonishment. So I don't think he's really paying attention and step back. He is deep in the weeds because he and Candace did work together to start Blexit. And I do think that maybe he's just blinded by that allegiance. But that's almost cult following. That's almost religious idolatry to follow your friend against truth and reality and allow your friend to just keep going out here wilding out and not call him out on the carpet in correction. And again, you don't have to be like vitriolic, but you can say like, yeah, you're wrong. You're out of pocket.
Leadership, I couldn't agree with you more. And leadership, Jason, you would know, we all know this, is not easy. No one ever said it's easy. It's very difficult. But being a leader means you call out right and wrong no matter where it comes from. It's okay that they're friends. You can still be friends and say, what you're doing to Turning Point, you need to stop. This is terrible. I hope that it's true that Turning Point, listen, I know they're not going to fall apart overnight, but what she's doing to it is so, I don't even have the words. I mean, to accuse, and she says that she doesn't, but she has, and she is, to accuse the leadership, the people that Charlie trusted most in the world, of basically being complicit in murder. It's evil. I don't know what else to call it.
No,
and if you can't say that straight up, you are not qualified to be a leader. You're just not.
And I agree with you 100%. Sadly, I think Brandon has, again, bought into the idea that there is this notion, this idea that if we are friends, I don't call you out about things, or I only call you out, like, let's say, for example, that you found out you and I are friends. We've been friends forever. Our families know each other, great connections, all that kind of stuff. And you find out that I'm doing something inappropriate or wrong. And you say, hey, I can't, and I'm out here on these YouTube streets just going crazy, going bonkers, right? And you're like, okay, let me pick up the phone and call Jason. Let me text Jason. Jason, what the heck are you doing, man? What's going on? Most people think that is the proper way to handle it. And that's fine if I respond in kind. If you call me, Rahel, and say, Jason, what the heck are you doing? You are wilding out. And I say, whoa, you know what? You're right. I'm wilding out. Let me stop doing this. And I stop, then that phone call is it. That's all we needed. If I continue, though, and double, triple, quadruple down, well, it's clear that the phone call isn't working. The private conversation isn't working, and it's starting to look bad on you.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, Rahel, your friend Jason, he is wilding out. And you're like, well, I call him. I talk to him privately. Well, clearly that's not working because he's getting worse. And now you must be a bad person too, or you're not really a good friend because you're not telling him that he's doing wrong. And I think I gave the example before. If we had a friend that was an avid drinker who was really, who's an alcoholic, we would have a problem if that alcoholic friend of ours was also a school bus driver. There would be no limit to how far you would go to stop your friend from driving a bus with 25, 30 children in it every day. There's no way. So why do we pretend like, oh, if I call out Candace, if I call out Jason, if I do that, they're not going to be my friend anymore. You're saving somebody's life potentially. Like, why is that a crazy thought? And I don't understand why he does it, but I hate that he ruined your experience that you had with him. That was your first time talking to him, right?
Yeah.
And that experience left a sour taste in your mouth because now you're looking at him like, look, you're a coward. You're not the person I thought you were. You left from there, you hung up the call thinking he was, on cloud nine, this great guy. Then the next day you open up your email and you're like, or text message, you're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Craziness.
They both messaged me and emailed me. And I am telling you, in my opinion, it has to do with the fact that I said Candace Owens is diabolical and evil. I said it to his face. And I think that's something happened there. And then he demanded that I take down the interview, which I'm not going to do, obviously.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Under what circumstances? Why would I need to take it down? Under what is the reason and rationale? Come on here and
Well,
tell me
yeah.
why. Matter of fact, let's do another interview where you explain to me why I should take it down, and we'll let the audience decide if I should take
I
it
think
down.
that's why he never answered me. There is no good reason. There is no good rationale. It must have been Candace. That's my opinion.
All right. So, well, first of all, I'm glad that you're not giving up or anything of that nature.
No.
Where do you see this going? Do you see any more pushback, or he just send it out there to you? You didn't do anything. You're going to leave it alone. What do you think?
You mean the situation? Where do I see the situation with Brandon going?
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't see it going anywhere. They haven't answered me. And he broke a cardinal rule of never becoming arrogant with your audience. You never treat your audience like garbage. And that was something that bothered me too. It was kind of like, this never happened. Never mention me. Don't even say my name. Don't mention this ever happened. Delete everything.
Wow.
Bye. So that was gross. I just think it gave me even more moral clarity.
Right.
I put God above everyone and everything. No man or woman will ever be even close to, obviously, God to me, and what God demands of us. And God wants moral human beings who have moral clarity, who are not, maybe you're afraid, who are courageous enough to say the truth and say what's right and wrong. What Candace is doing, what she's been doing for years, is wrong. It is